Howdy y'all, this is Stone Hook, on Texas. Tonight I'm gonna go over how to kind of go about removing humps off of a rock. This here is just more, I guess it's a patternelli kind of flavored rock. It's got almost square edges, only this got such a big hump. Somebody done knocked flakes off of this side. It's got some natural cracks right there. But you gotta be realistic with a rock like this. It's gonna take some edge. You're gonna lose some edge to get all that hump off there. And with these cracks, there's a crack going in there. I don't know. Freeform about that size will be pretty good. So, the problem with a rock like this is the daggone center line is way up here above this edge somewhere. You can see where somebody took the flake off right there and it just traveled right up the hump. So a flake like that ain't gonna do enough thinning. You gotta get really aggressive. This is all extra rock around this thing, especially these corners here. And since it's already got these flakes off, right there's a good opportunity to take a big bonking flake kind of hitting across that rock like that instead of hitting straight down. We'll hit across, try to drive a flake off like right there. And take this whole corner off right there. And that'll be my first big platform, because you gotta have a big platform to get something on here, especially your first removal. Because everything that you take off, if you get a big flake, and ever how much rock you take off the top of this thing, that helps move your center line back this way towards this, closer to this side. So good big flakes right off the bat is real important. So I'm gonna just bonk this flake off at an angle right there. Well, we gotta hit the dead gum thing. It's just bouncing off and crushing it. So that ain't working. I'm gonna take a flake this way just to give me a new edge to work on now. I don't know if you can see that platform real well. It's fairly good, but it's actually got a concavity rolling out right here, so I'm gonna have to take another little flake right there, just right down that ridge. Have a little bigger flake than I want. But anyway, it's nice and steep now. I don't really need to get it quite that steep, but hard to show the camera. But that's a good steep angle for removing a lot of mass. Find that real good so you got those crumbled edges right there to rob any energy. In my first flake, I'm gonna just hit more so in the middle of this low spot and try to drive a flake across over here somewhere. And what that'll do, that'll set me up a ridge here and then on the other side of the flake too. And I'm not gonna, if you hold this thing like this or something, that flake is liable to try to go to your fingers and not try to go through the rock. So it's best to support it back here on the back edge somehow and just lightly touch that to the pad. If you press down too hard on the pad, it'll want to peel out right up here somewhere close where it's got support on the pad. But if you just lightly touch the pad, got your back edge support, and try to drive that flake over there, it should go past that ridge. That's a big old ridge. If it had a platform right here, it'd make a good flake right up that ridge. But I just want to start here to show you this. Now see, that took a bunch of mass off of that dude. So that automatically moved my center line closer to this side now. And I got a big old ridge right down each side. But I got these concavities. Can't just hit that again yet. Got to knock them little concavities off of there. This angle's almost too steep, if you can see that. It might be good to hit another flake right there on this side. This side looks okay. It's a little crumbled, but that's a lot of mass driving, so that flake will work pretty good. But this one here, I'm afraid it's just a little too steep, and it'll want to run in and cut off too much. I'm gonna take off one more, just small flake there, just to kind of. That didn't decrease that angle much because it's so thick though. Grind all that real good, get rid of the end lip right there. And I'm gonna put my back edge support back here again. So I want this flake to travel. It's probably gonna spread out here too because there's a lot of mass on this rock. So it'll spread out wide probably. Hopefully cut off all the way over to here. See that crack running in right there. It could be a better idea to take the big flake first, but I think I really will, because I really believe as long as you got, the more mass you got in this rock here, the bigger flake you can get off of it. So I'm gonna go ahead. That really ain't a very big flake there, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this big one first and try to shoot it all the way over right into there. So I've got my back edge support right over there where I want the flake to go to. I can roll it up a little bit like that. And that removed a whole lot more mass off of this side, so I'm just that much closer. My center line is now that much closer to this side. It's got all the little lips, so you gotta get rid of. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this one. It's hard for me to support one on this left-hand side. I can hit better on this end and get way more support for some reason. It's hard to get this rock turned and get good support back on this end of it. So now, that left me another ridge right across the middle. Platform ain't no good because it's got a concavity right there, so, and this is all lip. You gotta be careful because that angle is so steep, these flakes will want to go right there and just break off. So you just kind of gotta barely scrape that edge as you go by. Just get rid of the lip somewhat. Man, that's where I want my platform, but you can see it's kind of crushed that edge a little bit. Well, I'm gonna take really, that's so steep. I think that would be wise to maybe use this low spot and shoot a flake in there and thin that out a little bit before I try to get another bevel. But I'm gonna go ahead and do it right here. I'm gonna hit like right there. Not straight down either. I'm hitting at a kind of a angle back towards me a little bit. So if you hit straight in, that flake will just be a kind of a rounded flake with a lot of concavity to it. But I think if you hit at an angle, it just peels off without as much concavity to that flake. It makes a better platform. Ooh, I didn't hit deep enough. Dang. I kind of missed and hit way to the left of where I want it to. And made this too big of a flake. But now, I'm gonna go ahead and hit this low spot. I kind of jacked that up a little bit, but I believe as long as I got my back edge support right over here, I hit that dude pretty hard right there. It'll get under that and come over here and clean up the rest of that. See now, by now practically the hump is on the other side of the rock. Okay, this here is humpback rock number 2. I mean, that's a spitting image of a turtle shell right there. Turtles would be jealous. I found this rock out in the reject gravel pile though, so I don't know if I can do anything with this or not. It's done had some flake taken off this end, but other than that, that's big in the cavity. So it's good to go ahead and get rid of anything if you can off of this side that you don't need, because that just helps get your edge moved over closer to this side enough to maybe work it. But if somebody done hit that and a flake just tried to go right up the angle, which I just think much count. I mean, that would get you started because it gives you a little ridge to follow and all, but them contours ain't no good there. It's already got this little flake taken out right there, so that's where I'm gonna start. I'm gonna turn it up, take me another flake, just get that angle a little bit steeper and a little bit farther. Yeah, that's why it's in the reject gravel pile, because that thing will break your bopper, I believe. But anyway, that's a big old good angle. If you can see it, it's just, that one good flake like that just creates a really good platform angles. And then just like that last rock, I'm gonna put my back edge support right over here on the back side of the rock. I ain't gonna touch it. Kind of hard to, I'm really going to have to move my fingers around to hold this one, because I need to be able to hold it. I put my thumb right there where I'm gonna hit it. So I'm gonna spread my fingers out like a spider grip. Then I'm gonna just drive this thing right towards my finger right there. So this is a tough rock though. I don't know, but I'm gonna try to take the whole top off like I did on that last rock. And might need to do the ninja yee-yaw on this hit. I'm gonna hit it as hard as I can. Yow, I missed and hit my darn leg. That hurt. Can't show that. Hey. Okay. Here we go. I missed. Darn. I didn't hurt nothing though, because I need to hit way up here high. Yeah. I didn't get near the flake I really was wanted to get right there. So I'm just gonna have to get a little bit bigger angle. But that flake right there really helps you get a good setup flake now. Hit it right on the corner, kind of like zigzagging the edge. Same thing here. Well, that side ain't working. Now this here, man, I can go get a daggone tire rim would nap better than this. Dang, I missed. Got a hit right there. Really need to set me up a better. That's all so goofed up. I need. That's just crumbling all the pieces right there. I ain't gonna get no platform out of that. So, I'm going to try to knock that little extra mass off this side just real quick. Well, if you get a rock like this, best thing to do is probably go bury it somewhere. That just crumbled. This really ain't even no fun. Look, it just cracked and crumbled all in there. Man, that's just too tough for me tonight. That's a fine rock though, if you could get it thinned down and make something out of it. Probably cut metal.